Hello everyone. Well, I'm back again today. We tend to speak in our mother tongue language or in Hindi effortlessly and at ease. Why that is so? That's because we were introduced to these languages since our childhood. But that doesn't mean that we can't be proficient at a second language like English. With persistent efforts taken every day, small or big efforts every single day, this will help you enhance your vocabulary, enhance your spoken English gradually and eventually to make you an expert English language speaker. Having said that, so today I would like you to learn 6 more expressions and phrases of advanced English to make you sound smarter and also to make a good impression on your listeners. So here we go. Number 1, phrases that's the general consensus. So, what is the meaning of that's the general consensus? Instead, or rather than saying everyone thinks or everyone is of the opinion, we can use this phrase that's the general consensus, meaning everyone is of the same opinion. We can also use this phrase as a question. For example, what's the general consensus? So, how do we put this across in a sentence? So, let's say if I say, on one hand, there's a general consensus that we must dine out. You, on the contrary, would prefer home cooked food. So, this basically means that everyone is in agreement with something. So, this is a phrase that you can definitely use in your day to day language. So, let's proceed to the next one. Number 2 phrase is it's a common misconception. I repeat, it's a common misconception. The meaning of the word misconception is that some person thinks something but it's actually wrong. Or maybe somebody may have misunderstood something altogether. So this is the meaning of that's a common misconception. How do we use this in a sentence? For example, it's a common misconception that English people drink only tea. It's a common misconception that roses are only red in color. So this is how you can use this phrase. So let's proceed to the third one. Number 3 is a fun word. Repeat after me. Prerogative. Or we can put this in a phrase this way. It's my prerogative. So what does this word mean? It actually means that you have the right to something or you have the privilege to have something. So instead of saying phrase, you can use, instead of using phrases like it's my right or I should have something. So you can just simply use the phrase it's my prerogative. For example, how do we put this in a sentence? It's my prerogative to choose an expensive wine, or we can say it's my prerogative to have a good education. So this is how you can use this phrase. Let's proceed to the fourth one. Number 4 is on the contrary. On the contrary. So this phrase essentially means to deny something or to say the exact opposite of something. How do we put this across in a sentence? Let's say if you're going out for dinner with someone and your friend says, oh, that meal was so basic. So how can you respond to that? You can say, oh, on the contrary, I actually quite liked it. Or you can also use this phrase this way. Quite the contrary, I actually quite liked it. We can also use this phrase this way, contrary to the popular belief or opinion. Contrary to the popular belief or opinion. How do we use this in a sentence? Contrary to the popular belief, I don't think this job is drenched in glamour altogether. Phrase number 5 is take into consideration or taking into consideration. Take into consideration or taking into consideration means to think something or to consider something before you make an opinion or before you take an action. How do we use this in a sentence? Multiple traders take into consideration various scenarios before making an investment. Or maybe we can use this phrase this way, taking into consideration. Taking into consideration the good result, we should call for a celebration. So this is how you can use this phrase, taking into consideration or take into consideration. The sixth and the last phrase for today is to lack the impetus. To lack the impetus. The meaning of the word impetus is encouragement, or I can rather say it is a synonym of the word motivation. So rather than saying that he doesn't have the motivation to study, we can put this across this way, that he is lacking the impetus to study. So these are some phrases that you can learn today, and make sure that you incorporate these phrases in your writing skills, in your day-to-day spoken English, in order to get habituated to using these phrases. So that is how you will learn to become proficient slowly and gradually in your spoken English. It will be interesting to see if all of you comment in the comment section down some sentences, easy, difficult, unique, interesting, incorporating these phrases, and I will definitely respond to you as you will comment with sentences. So that's all for today. Thank you. Goodbye. See you again with the next video on language.